Hi everybody, I'm Aladdin.
Hello, it's Adam here.
We're back again. We thought we'd just come back. We're coming back every week and maybe talking about a subject. And today we're going to talk about how to stay healthy.
Very good.
Yes, here's a lady who really stays healthy.
Yes.
And she does very well, actually. We're going, as I said, we were going to talk about health, how to stay healthy, and I think people just think about healthy as just maybe going on a diet and eating the right things. And I think today we're going to talk about how, there's so many other things that we should be looking at.
Yes.
That's just staying healthy. What do you think?
Yeah, it's really a good idea because I think it's very important to be healthy and, losing weight. It's not all about being really strict to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to kind of, for me, balance 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
You want to feed your body into the right nutrition to get your energy and then look more beautiful, I would say, and then stay slim. And at the same time, you can treat yourself maybe once a week, not so often, once or twice a month, like unhealthy stuff. I don't really want people to say struggle for diet to look good and more sexy, but at the same time, you make yourself starving, So I'm not that kind of person. I want to be enjoying the journey at the same time, and then inside me is just really healthy as well.
We were kind of discussing, I think, earlier that healthy is one of the things you said is nutrition.
Yeah.
And other things like when you really need to consider things like stress levels. Are we getting enough sleep? Are we drinking enough? Are we exercising? So healthy doesn't mean nutrition, but also means so many other things.
Yeah.
Your body needs a balance, and I think there's so much things in the media at the moment that we're getting bombarded with information about losing weight and how to look gorgeous and follow the celebrities and things. And I think that people have to realize that they're beautiful as people, but they also need to nourish their body in different ways. So what do you think about stress, Adeline? I know there's so many, population of people in the world, or especially in the UK and the US, and that this stress level is quite high.
I think from my own understanding, it depends what kind of food you eat. You put in there. Again, being healthy is really a good thing to have, but you've got to kind of really, like you said, balance and in
the one thing, as I say, nutrition is the right one thing, and the other thing is about stress levels. I think that we're working long hours and we really not taking time for ourselves. I mean, we're actually mentally being told that we need to really work hard and to make money. And then people are so focused on that and they're getting so stressed out. And the stress level is affecting our body.
Yeah.
And in turn, it's making us ill. So that's one of the things that that we really need to look at, the stress levels. So being healthy is one thing about nutrition, and we're discussing also it's about stress. I know you don't look stressed, Adeline. I meet you and you're so bubbly, and that's the thing about you. It's like stress is people who are stressed out. You can see it in their faces.
I don't want that stress.
And people who are really frustrated, but this is something that we could manage. Stress is easy. Is if you know how to manage it, you can manage it daily. But we do need a level of stress to kind of deal with throughout the day. We need that to kind of keep us moving forward. Sometimes if you go a deadline and that with stress does make you just do the work, but it's a balance of stress that we need to have.
I think everything's all about balance, right? You want to look good and more active, and at the same time, you've got to eat something a bit more healthy. What's the right, to fit into the right system? Because it works for me anyway. As I know I do like nutrition every single morning since I started being, taking that kind of, nutrition all the time. Eat more protein, and then drink less kind of fish drink. I call it shite drink, Sorry for swearing, but I think that's the truth. Every time I go to the supermarket, I kind of watch I buy, because for my own opinion, as a mom, to have two girls in your house, you've got to provide what's lying in your house, rather than want to look good yourself, and then at the same time you feeding your kids to not the right food for them, for me, to be healthy in the long term is kind of balance. You need that kind of balance, at the same time drink extra water every day if you can, because it's very important to us. And the more water you drink, the more glowing outside you get. But again, that's my own opinion, but maybe people out there go to the supermarket and wanted to choose 3/4 pound chocolate and a pound of drink. But again, you've got to think, the more you do that every single day, every single week, your health might be, something gonna pay for it, because if it's too much very cheap stuff that doesn't really need in our body, it just makes everybody ill probably.
You're right. One thing you mentioned is about water. Water is very, very important, and our body is about 80-90% water. And if we are depleted from water, I mean, if you don't have it, you get headaches, not focused enough, dizziness. So many things can come from lack of water, and water is very, very important. If you actually sing on a computer all day, have a glass of water next to it and keep drinking it, sipping it. That's like yourself. You drink not the warm water. Also, I was going to say is I was actually watching a video recently on how water changes molecules. Our thoughts create, changes the molecules in the shape of the water in our body, and that is so amazing. The next thing that we were discussing earlier was that how mindset is very, very important. Being healthy is that we have to change our mindset. You have to think the right way, or try to think about positive, in a positive way to stay kind of healthy. It's not just about your mind, emotions, everything has to be in balance if we talk about being healthy. So that's something that we did a video, the last 2 videos about kind of positive mindset and things like that, didn't we?
We did well on that from the first 2 weeks. And then we were looking for this week, because it will be good to help people out there who wants to be healthy, especially coming up to the summer. People want to wear bikini when they want to go for holidays. So it's really good to be, you can show your sexy bodies out there. And then but again, don't be so strict. Enjoy the journey while you want to be healthy. At the same time, you want to look good, and at the same time, try and balance your food. It's not all about being healthy, because if you expect something 3 weeks or 4 weeks time, you want to look good, but you're not controlling what you put in here, all shite. But how are you gonna get result later on? I don't normally swear, but sometimes that word gives me power when I say shite, because
oh, good. I'm sure you're making people laugh again.
Don't take it too serious, guys. So that's what happened. It's all about having fun. When you want to look good, drink plenty of water. If you want to eat something like pizza, you can do that, but make sure you drink plenty of water, because that's what I normally do anyway, right? I'm not advise people to eat every single day and healthy stuff, but balance it, because it's no point to go really strict diet and make yourself starving.
I think this is one thing about diet, is the word diet. People think as you said, you need to starve yourself, and people forget that as you said, life is about having a balance. I mean, I enjoy my chocolate occasionally. I've become aware when to eat and when to not. I think you feel like it sometimes, you just do it. But as I said, the people out there might eat because they might be depressed or unhappy. That's a wrong reason to eat. I think then what happens, then you obviously put on weight, and there's so many other things can happen to the body. You get ill and various things, but it's very, very important to eat, because have a balance eating habits. But do not eat because you think emotionally, if you're unhappy or depressed or lonely. That is how a lot of people eat a lot. That's why a lot of people do put on weight. It's because it's not because they love food, it's because something is missing in their life. They feel that something is missing. They feel they could use food to gap their life, They think And that's something that I think this is where emotions comes in, emotions that we have to look at and start healing. Another thing you mentioned was about sleep. Sleep is very, very important. So how many hours do you sleep do you get?
Probably 6 or 7 hours every night.
So how do you feel after you get a good night's sleep?
Superpower. I want to be energized because I do so much reading. First thing I get up in bed, I don't mean get out my bed. The first thing I normally do is read my books, and it's just to really keep me power. Once I did that 15 minutes every single day, because I know it really works for me, and then I'm off. I take my charge every single day, 100%. I just me, So people out there, I know yourself, you did that every single day, like meditation thing. But we all have different kind of start discipline to yourself, what keeps you motivated every single day. But what works for me, I will carry on going, because it definitely makes me feel good, because I think for me, being so excited every day, you're giving that kind of signal to the universe. The more you get excited, the more you get in return. And then at the same time, when you get so excited, you're healthy. You get more smile outside, and then it's more, you become a magnet to people out there.
No, you definitely have the excitement, the energy. And you are the magnet. No. So as we talked about, this sleep is very, very important. I think majority of the people, we lack sleep.
Yes.
But that is when your body actually repairs itself. They said in between 10 and 2 in the morning, that's when the body really repairs itself. Also, a lot of detox that happens, your liver detoxes as well, at that period as well. So it's very, very important to have a good night's sleep. Eventually, there are people out there who only had 3 hours sleep. The reason that happens, and my belief is that they are able to be put the right nutrition before they go to sleep, and they don't need as much sleep because they know how to look after their body. They tune into their cells. That's very, very important. But sleep is really, really important. I know that sometimes I don't get enough sleep because I've got maybe working quite late or reading and watching videos and things like that. It does take a time out. But it, like some parts of the world, like they do siestas. That means they have a nap in the afternoon. And if you can't, if you have lacking sleep, maybe have a nap in the afternoon.
I do nap 10 minutes a day.
10 minutes a day,
I think it's very important.
That is very important. So some countries, they actually give the employees to have naps for half an hour or an hour because they found that they're very, very efficient at work.
It makes your brain really more active once you do that for 10 to 15 minutes every day.
It definitely makes you as you're active and focused and alert more. So that's very, very important for the brain. So I think that we should actually, maybe in a Western society here, we should actually take that on board. Take a half an hour or something nap, or an hour in the afternoon, and you will feel, you'll make up the time. So sleep is one of the things that we're talking about. So another thing about staying healthy was activity, like exercise. So what kind of exercise would you think is good for the body, do you think?
To be honest, I don't do exercise.
So what do you do?
I don't do exercise because what I have been doing, eat more protein and eat more often every day. I normally eat 5 times a day, but very small portion and high protein. But really works for me. I think the active I get every single day, I call it, that's my exercise. No,
you're very active. The exercise doesn't necessarily mean you need to go to a gym. It could be you walking. You could be out, as you said, active. So you're active, so you are giving your body that exercise.
Especially when I talk to my clients, I think I call it exercise.
So
because I use the energy there.
So you're actually giving that. You are doing you're giving your body that. Exercise. I think when we think about exercise, we think about going to the gym or something like that. It's not that. It could be going for a walk in a park for half an hour a day for a walk. I've seen a video way back, and this one guy, he's about 120 years old. It's amazing. 120, very active. His secret of living that long was he does 1 hour of walking and he drinks this herbal tea, right? And he obviously, you know, I think his wife and all that passed away, and he's obviously married to a younger lady who's got, you know, they got a son together.
Yeah.
And she said that he helps in the house, he cuts the trees and all this. It's amazing what he could do. So there is proof out there that we could live longer if we change our lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm thinking at the same time, and I think the biggest things you need to do is discipline yourself a little bit every single day. It's not going to be, you don't expect a big discipline straight away. I think it's slowly cutting that down every single day. And then once you get there, and then again, I'm sure once you get that result, anyway, slowly but surely, and then you wanted to expand that more.
Yeah. It's just it's very important about discipline. Discipline is, I think, majority of us start something like, for example, when the New Year's comes in, everyone have a resolution. People say, I want to lose weight or I want to look good, and they stick with it like 4 weeks to 6 weeks or maybe a bit longer or less than that, and they give up. But discipline is also needs to become a habit. You do have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then you most likely won't stick with it. So you need to find something that you enjoy that gives your body some exercise, and also the food you like. So even nutrition you're talking about as well, making things that are tasty, adding things to food that makes them tasty. So yeah, it's discipline is very, very important. Habits. You find a lot of gurus and people who are like this, to stick to it and constantly, and you know, after a while you get it's a habit. You know, it's something that you naturally will do without thinking. So I know that you're very good at that. You know,
I'm really good at. Well, I must admit, what really works for me, I did so well, but it wasn't easy to start mine. But get there.
Yeah, no, you're doing fantastic.
So I think it's all about your thinking. You know. And the word you use every day as well, and then the more you think more healthy in your mind, it's definitely works. That's the secret.
I think that you're right. That is the secret. Is your mind. Your mindset. You know, even your eating habits, your drinking water. It comes for you to you have to become aware of what you need. It's up here. Really, is you have to become aware. And then it's the action that happens after that. So you're right, the mind is very, very important. If you could really become aware day by day, initially it becomes a bit difficult. I mean, people say I can't. It's quite difficult to think. I change my mind quite quickly. If you have a habit, do it kind of. Try to do it initially a few times a day, and then it increases as time goes on. So that's the way to slowly, it's a step-by-step process. Nothing will happen very, very quickly. Sometimes, you know, some of the gurus took years to go be where they are. But as people, we're in an environment that we are bombarded with media and magazines, and this is who you have to be, this is how you have to be. But actually, no, we don't need to be that. No. We have to be who we are.
As India.
We yes, in here.
I know sounds silly, right? Because that's what I normally to see all my clients. It's in here, you know. It's not what you see outside, but it's what's in here. Would you agree with that?
I do. There is what you project in here is what you project outwards. So that's how it's not the other way around, not out to inwards. So even how you feel. You know, you project that, so that comes into your own experience of your reality. So it's really, really important to the reason we do videos is I mean, we're not really getting anything out of this. So we want to share our experience and a bit of knowledge that I think we feel that at least if one person changes their life and maybe become aware.
You also have changed many people out there. So
we would have. No, but
we did all that. So.
We want to share that. That's the reason we do this. We obviously would have, you know, we'll have other guests coming on, and they will be sharing the experiences with the whole people out there. So
it's really good to have bits and pieces to people out there who are willing to apply that to themselves, because mine doesn't matter what we see here. If you're not willing to use it to yourself, again, that's your own choice, right? If people who wants to pick up something from us and really connect in our vibes in here, energy, again, you will get the benefits of that. It's all about how we deliver and how we connect. Because for me, what I'm understanding now is what you want in life, you got to really connect to that person, right? And then once you get all that, you get the result at the same time. So like what we normally do here, right? We get the result all the time because we switch on. We're so happy all the time, you know. We don't take life too serious. You know? So I know we want to be healthy and we want to look good, but at the same time we're enjoying the journey every single day.
So that's right. Journey is very, very important. People say, this, I want to be there, I want to have this, but actually it's a journey. You know, this is something that I do think about and think about in my own life. I think the people I've met, the experience I had, it's made me who I am, and I've enjoyed a lot of journey. There's been ups and downs, but even those downs are part of your journey to make you who you are. And I think that it doesn't matter where people are at the moment, and they may be feeling a bit lost and not sure in life. Trust me, one thing I'm going to tell you, that it's going to pass. It's something that you're on that road, and there's amazing things ahead of you, and you just have to trust that amazing things are going to happen, and amazing things will happen to you. Amazing things.
Works for me.
Yeah. I met this lovely lady. Amazing things has happened to you. One of the things is amazing. Like yesterday, I went to a networking event, and I met amazing young people who were so talented and have great ideas, and I wanted to work with them. I'm like, it's so amazing. So that made me so excited. Really, I thought, wow. And made me think about new ideas. And so this is something, it's the journey. It's a journey that you really need to enjoy. Whatever you desire will come. It's there because you already put it out there. It's already out there. What you have to do is enjoy the journey, enjoy the experience. That people like
Very
you,
much,
people like I met you.
We did, had a great time.
Yeah.
For the first time, we really switched on because we knew what we're talking about, and we really kind of relate what kind of words we use and what kind of subject we want to talk about. I know we had a long day that first day we met, but oh my God, it gets really more and more easy, because the more you talk about being positive, you get so excited, and at the same time you just don't realize it's at the time already. Because you talk about being healthy, and at the same time you pick up a little bit coming from you, right? Oh, this is what I'm saying, is more like that. So again, the more you talk something, you pick up as a friend, and you think yourself that's good for your own thing and maybe works for her. Of course, I want to try it, because if it works for her, I'm sure it's going to work for me too. So it's all about that kind of balance. And then I think the more you have people where you can relate to them, the more you get that kind of achieving the goals you want to lose weight at the same time. I know for me, being so healthy, I'm very grateful now. I really look beautiful and good. That's what my magic I use every day, because what I believe now, if you love yourself, right, definitely works. And then you want people out there to love you, you have to love me first. I mean, I have to love myself first. Before people out there, I can't expect everybody to love me out there before loving myself first, right? So that's what I normally do. And at the same time, don't get me wrong, I have to be honest, I eat some maybe once or twice a week of the unhealthy stuff, because I've got 2 kids as well. Then my husband, once I do that, I visualize myself in my head every single day, 7 stone, right? Doesn't matter what kind of food I eat once or twice a week, I've always got this 7 stone in my head. So again, I visualize that, and at the same time, I've got a picture in my head what I want to look like when I reach to 7 stone. But so far, I have been that number every single day since I lost weight, so I'm more happy, because for me, I don't want to go back the way I used to look, I used to be, because I get more energy now, and then I get more compliment from people out there. I know who wants, we all want compliment from people out there, completely strangers, right? And give you a lovely compliment. Come on, guys. Come on. It's really good.
Well, you're sharing your magic today with so many people out there.
Yes.
And I'm sure they will actually gain a lot from that. And you mentioned about going back. You don't want to be the person as you were before.
Yeah.
You could never be that person way before, because from the past to now, you've gone through a lot. Your whole mindset, your whole feelings have changed.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some people who stick in the past, but I know yourself. You've actually moved to be a different person, so you never want to go
forward.
We keep moving forward. We
put them away.
Yeah.
You know what happened this morning? Hey, put that away.
Yeah, that's right. It's gone. It's gone. Now it's the moment.
Yeah.
This is the moment that exists. Nothing past doesn't, and the future you haven't really created. The future is only created by now. It's what you put in now that creates the future. And trust me, it takes a bit of time to just get your head around all that, because we're so conditioned to believe different things. Yeah. So it's very, very important for us to, and because we always are working on ourselves. You don't stop working. It doesn't matter what age you are, 70, 80, 90 years old. It doesn't matter how many books you read and everything. It doesn't really matter, because you are still working on yourself, and it's all about experience. You have to experience it.
You've got to.
You have to. So, and you said you've lost weight and you've experienced it. So you know how it feels, who you were before to now, and it's the feeling, I think, more than looking at yourself. I think, I never knew you before, but I know that you feel great now, whereas you may have not felt great at that time. So you don't want to be back to that feeling. No.
This is who I am now.
Yeah.
I want to be. If I feel good today, I've got energy. I'm very, very active all the time. I want to keep that going all the time. Because I think it's very important. Yeah. And at the same time, discipline. What kind of food you eat? It's not all about you want to look good and eat unhealthy stuff every single day. So that's it. What that way, guys.
So obviously, people want to, if people want a bit of kind of advice on healthy eating, and Adeline is the person to come to. Yeah. I myself, in a healthy wise, is I do exercise. I love going to the gym. Yeah. One of the reasons is, I like doing it. I love meeting new people in the gym, and it's socializing as well. Yes. I enjoy that side as well, and I love doing a bit of yoga and Pilates, and I like doing a bit of weights. I feel good about it, but it's not about. I don't really look at my body anymore thinking I know what to be. And I'm like, I just want to feel great.
Yeah.
It's the feeling that I'm going for more than anything, and rather than I know you visualize your weight all the time. Yeah. I kind of visualize. I don't think I ever visualize. I think I think I need to feel great. I need to feel good, and I do drink. Detox tea and all this. I do, and I'm actually launching my detox tea in the next week or so. But that's something I'm personally fascinated by how the body works, and I personally believe that body tells you things. Body is your doctor. Body communicates with you all the time and tells you, because if you get a rash or something, or aches and pains, your body is trying to communicate with you, saying, you need to do this, or you need to sort of do this. And I know a lot of people might say that how do you communicate and all this we could do another channel on that, but the body is living and is actually communicating with you all the time. So that's something I'm fascinated, and something I do a lot of research on and things. So and hopefully in the future I'll develop a video on that.
Oh, I'm sure we will be.
Yeah, we discuss that. We'll discuss all that about that. But as of today, it's about staying healthy, and so to recap things is nutrition, as you said. Yeah. Eat healthy. Yeah. Yeah.
Very important.
Stay balanced, and it's nothing wrong with eating some things like chocolates and things. I don't think when you said unhealthy, I would say I'm going to enjoy myself. Forget about unhealthy. I'm going to have a chocolate. I'm going to enjoy myself. And then we'll be talking about sleep. Yeah. Yes. Have a bit of nice sleep. Sleep as if you can't get enough sleep due to things like if you're working too late or children, kids, and a lot of things. Have a nap.
Very important. That's probably why I look beautiful every day.
Yes, I know you do. Show it's beautiful every day.
I do. Doesn't matter how busy our lifestyle, right? Because we get more and more clients all the time. We do filming sometimes.
Yes.
We work till midnight, you know, because our own focus we enjoy so much and when it comes to filming. So I think the more you really enjoy the journey, you get more work, what you want out there, what you ask for, right? And then napping for me is very important. I don't care how busy I am every single day, as long as I get 15 minutes, right? Maybe before I hit to 1 o'clock or maybe before I hit to 3 o'clock. I always set my alarm clock 10 to 15 minutes. That's me, I'm happy. I need my brain to refresh every day before I go and start my reading again.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where I am, I always get a nap. Yeah, it's very important.
No, nap is very important. Yeah,
you don't need half an hour, 10 or 15
10
minutes.
15.
Enough.
Or even just meditate for 10, 15 minutes.
Nice.
And just that will help to
you do that every day, don't you?
Yeah, re-energize. I do in the morning and at night. I try, and if I'm feeling uneasy or not well, I do, try to add it in the afternoon and the evening. But I do kind of listen to my body and see when it's needed.
Yeah.
Another things we were talking about was drinking enough water.
Number one.
Another thing was doing a bit of activity or activity.
You have to do kind of a heavy exercise, maybe walking.
Yeah, walking.
That's not good enough for you.
Yeah, walking is a brilliant exercise that you could do. Just go out and walk. I know today's not great day here, but you still could do a bit of walking, or people doing housework and things. That gives you a full activity. You could do a lot of things in the house as well.
Oh, very much. It's not the way that's good. You can do like exercise indoors. You know what's holding you back, guys. Just go something. Be more active. Yeah.
So yes, it's so many things that you could do to stay healthy. Healthy is not just about nutrition. There's so many other things. Reducing your stress levels. It's one of the other things that we're talking about. Stress is one of the big factors that make people unwell. So that's something that you could manage it with various techniques and things. That we'll go through stress. We'll do another video, a whole video on stress, I think, and various other videos about kind of staying healthy in other ways. And if you've kind of follow those pointers, it's just for you to become more aware how healthy is not just about nutrition. There's so many other things that it affects your health as well. So I think we've come to the end of the video today. You enjoyed it so much.
Out there will pick up bits and pieces, and please, if you think you're happy with that, apply that to yourself. A little bit step. Once you get there, I'm sure you will be happy. And you can take acid here. So we did, because I think what I've learned so far, I have been doing all this nutrition every single day. I think the biggest part in this country, what I've learned so far is diabetic, because we eat every single day so much sugar, right? And I think people know that, and you do that yourself. And then number 2 is the heart problem, right? Because again, it's all about what we put in here. So if you want to be healthy out there, please try and apply one word to yourself if you think you will get benefits to it. Yeah.
It's good. So thank you everybody for watching this video. We really appreciate supporting us and coming online every week. This is our kind of 3rd video. And we're going to come back next week. We plan to do a video once a week. We'll be talking about different subjects, and we will be getting more people coming on, experts, and talking about other parts of health and well-being side of it, and how maybe hopefully you'll get something out of those videos. Please share with people if you feel that people will benefit, your friends, your family will benefit. Please share this video with other people as well. And we will be coming back next week, as we said, and thank you for supporting us. So we will kind of post the time when we're coming back on. Usually will be like a Friday afternoon. We put that time up.
We're gonna try and do that every Friday now.
Yes.
We both agree on that, because we seem to be looking at something in return. Many people asking.
We've really good feedback from people, and so we will be coming back with more videos. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and hopefully see you next week.
So you guys have a good weekend.
Bye.
Eating healthy.